Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Boatman? Okay, I'm Jeff Owens. I work at the Sheriff's Office. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. They sent me an email this morning from the jail that said you wanted to speak to one of us over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got them to bring you over here and see what we can help you with, or I really don't know what you want to talk about or whatnot.
Several things.
Okay. All right. First of all, just to let you know, we're in sort of a legal issue here. So is it okay if I call you Leo?
Mm-hmm.
Leo, anytime somebody calls us from the jail, I have to confirm with you that you're the one that initiated the contact. It's not like we went over asking you to come over here. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, also, before we talk to anybody, we have to give them their rights. It's another legal issue to go over, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have a problem with any of that?
No.
Okay. How old are you?
19.
19. Are you native to Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a standard form we have. It's called a waiver of rights form. It's just, I'll read it with you. It's not a confusing thing, but nevertheless, I just want to make sure you understand it all. Okay. All right. Before we ask you any questions, you must fully understand your rights. You read and write and all that good stuff, right? Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. And you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. You understand each of these rights I've explained to you.
Mm-hmm.
And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I'll just get you to initial that. Can you move your arms? Okay. Sign there and print your name. I'll witness it for you. Let me ask you something, Leo. I know that Mr. Miller represents you from the Public Defender's Office. He's come to speak to you,
Mm-hmm.
and probably, and if I'm correct, advised you not to speak to law enforcement. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's your choice to speak to us even though he's told you not to speak to us. Is that
Mhm.
correct? Okay, you're okay with that? All right. Okay, what is today?
25th.
25th. And it's 8:32 in the morning. Okay. You're obviously not under the influence of drugs or alcohol or anything like that, okay? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What grade did you complete in school?
First year of college.
So you were starting in college? Okay. What school did you go to?
College?
Yeah.
St. Petersburg College.
St. PJC?
It's not JC anymore, it's SPC.
SPC, okay, St. Pete College. All right. What can we talk about? What can I ask you? What can you ask me?
I have a question first.
Okay.
I know that being a sheriff, you can't, promise me anything, or a deputy, right?
Actually, I'm a sergeant, but a deputy sheriff. That's correct.
Right.
I work for the sheriff.
You can't promise me anything unless it's like the state's attorney and everything and leave with them. I mean, I already know that. I'm not really concerned about that. I'm more concerned about being on the status I am now within the jail.
Okay. What do you mean by that? I understand they're housing you over in medical.
Not anymore. They basically medical though. It's SP. And I'm not suicidal. The
So
doctor
you're
says
not?
I'm not suicidal. And I don't want to be on suicide.
Okay.
That's
All right.
basically lockdown. And I don't want to be on lockdown.
Okay.
There's
All
no
right.
cause for it.
I can probably talk to the folks over at the jail. Now, keep in mind, I don't run the jail, nevertheless, the jail is part of the sheriff's office. So I can discuss that with my boss and the boss over at the jail, and we'll see what sort of accommodation changes they can make, okay? Keep in mind, I don't have the final say in that, but I will voice that you have.
You couldn't find out if that could be done before I talked?
Well, that kind of puts me in a predicament because I can't, and like you just pointed out, I can't make deals. I mean, someone might say, well, if Sergeant Owens got Leo a good room to stay in at the jail, then Leo confessed to something, then that's like coercion, or that's something that's wrong legally, and that's unfair to you.
I don't care about a good room or any of that extra privileges stuff. I just want to be a regular inmate.
Okay, you want to be in the general population?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just regular inmate.
Okay, I can't promise you that. I can tell them that's what you want. Leo, they got criteria they got to go through before they say yes to that.
And I understand that, and I understand the only reason why I'm still on this is because of the media attention. Several people have said that.
I don't have any say in that, and I don't even know if that's true. I do know you're a high-profile prisoner, and they pay special attention to people under your conditions. There's no doubt about that. I would agree with that. Okay. I'm not going to shoot you a line of bull, but I'm not going to sit in here and make everything look sugar-coated so Leo thinks I'm giving him the world, because I can't do that, Leo. All I can tell you is, yes, you are a high-profile prisoner. You understand all that as well as I do. Now, but the bottom line is, I can't snap my fingers and make Captain so-and-so at the jail or the bosses over there put you straight into general population. I think if that does happen, it's going to be sometime down the road. It probably can't be today. Okay?
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, you want me to go out and make a call now and see what's going to happen? Okay. I'll do that. Do you want to talk about the case at all, or you just want to be here to talk about the jail?
No, I'll talk about the case.
Okay, let me go check on that for you, and I'll be right back. Okay? You want some water or anything? Okay. Want some water or anything? I'm stand on your shoe. You all right? Okay. Leo, I've talked to my major and one of our chief of staffs, and I can't promise you anything as far as your situation at the jail, okay? I'm a sergeant at the Major Crimes Unit. We work over here on different things altogether. It's not that your message will not be passed along, but to be quite honest with you, I'm not sure just how much they're going to change your room pattern or whether you'll be in any sort of large population of other people. You know, we got this issue with, it's almost like you're telling me, if you do something for me, then I'll tell you certain things about the case. Well, then that gets to be what some people would call coercion. So in other words, if I promise you something,
Well,
even lie to you or something like that, then what you and I learn from each other when we talk is, you know, not something that is productive for the case, period, okay? Now, you know, my obvious goal would be to sit down with you, find out certain details about the case, find out certain things that you're willing to talk about with the case, and, I mean, analyze that. It's got to be analyzed if you're willing to talk about that. That's up to you, okay? And I think today we could get to a productive level about the case, but only if you're willing to talk about it. I'm not going to bend your arm. I'm not going to do anything like I can't. You got to understand my authority sometimes.
It's not like I'm asking for a plea bargain or anything.
Well, it is a bargain per se, Leo. It's kind of like, okay, Jeff, my name's Jeff. Leo says to Jeff, Jeff, if you get me into general population, then I'll tell you all about the case. So what happens at that point, that's a bargain. That's truly a bargain. That's like you and I, or if we're businessmen, and you say, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you, that's a bargain.
What if I said just stop treating me like they're like suicide and all that other stuff?
Okay. Well,
So
there's a difference between being taken off suicide prevention or protection, whatever they call it, SP.
No, it's suicide prevention.
Okay. I mean, that's much easier. And let me say this. A lot of people that go in our jail are on SP when they come in early.
Well, no, they tell me it's because of the seriousness of the case. Now, they've been talking about taking me off. The doctor wants me off. Everybody wants me off. I want off SP.
Okay. That's probably not a problem. That's just a typical precautionary thing for most inmates that come to the jail.
Okay, well, I don't like
All right,
that.
I'll tell them about that. You're telling me right now you're not suicidal. That's not a problem, okay? The part I can't promise you is that you'll go into general population where there'll be 70 to 100 other inmates that you can, you know, mingle with, all right? Okay. Look what color you're wearing.
Red.
Okay, and that means you're kind of at the top of the food chain over there as far as security risk, escape risk, and things like that, okay? You know that, but that's kind of sort of the reason where, you know, people under your circumstance are not given the opportunity to mingle with a lot of people, okay? And we've got to answer to the public and say, if we qualify somebody as a red suitor, then we've got to take extra precautions because they're at the top of the food chain when it comes to
Okay, well,
escape risk or danger.
I understand that. I understand because of the red thing. I probably won't be in general population. But it doesn't mean I have to be on suicide.
I got your drift there, and I can let them know that. That's not a problem, okay?
All right, so tell me what you have so far. I have no idea. I haven't been following.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you've got some of the media feedback. Have you read the papers or seen the TV? Okay. You know you're charged with a double homicide.
But, yeah, I know that.
Okay. You're charged with 2 homicides. The 2 campers that you came across in the forest. Those are the 2 people you're charged with. I don't know how long you knew them or if you'd ever met them or anything like that. But those are the 2 people that we know you went camping near Juniper Springs. We've got the remnants of your campfire where some of the stuff you threw on the fire. You remember doing that? Okay. Just out of curiosity, I guess, I mean, you're a young man, I was a young man once too. Not that I'm an old man yet, but it's pretty cool to go camping. I mean, what made you pick Juniper Springs per se to go camping?
Close to water and whatnot, and there's a little shop, gift shop or whatever it was, where you can get supplies if you needed it.
Yep, okay.
So no matter how far you went out, you know, you can always go back and get something if you needed
I
something.
got you, okay. So you're kind of in the wilderness, but nevertheless, you got a place fairly close by to get some equipment or food or anything like that, okay. Do you remember talking to the lady at the gate the first morning you got there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's a pretty nice lady, I talked to her as well.
Right.
Did she tell you about the trail, the Florida trail, that big trail you walked down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Had you ever been to Juniper before?
No.
No. Were you pretty impressed with it when you got there?
Yeah, except for the part with the hurricane damage.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we still got some damage or crooked stuff all over the place from the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Leo. I know you brought a rifle. I guess somebody, either your friend or family from down south, you brought the rifle up from, and I guess, I don't know how to put it. I guess you didn't have permission to take it, but you decided to take it anyway. I mean,
Kind of permission. I mean, I was holding it.
okay, sort of. Okay. Well, we won't. I won't berate you over any of that. I mean, that's kind of in the past, but nevertheless. Who physically was the owner of the gun?
Luke.
Luke? Is that Luke Merriweather?
Mary, I thought it was
Merrifield, thank you. Yeah. And is he related to you in any way?
Mm.
Okay. So you kind of knew about the gun, but Luke didn't have any idea that you were going camping or taking a gun for a few days?
Mm.
Okay. Did you get to Juniper Springs on Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Monday.
Monday
early.
night.
It was nighttime when you took the taxi out to Juniper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would it have been Tuesday morning that you talked to the lady at the front gate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is that the first time you tried out that trail? Or was it the next day?
The next day.
So it was Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Now, did you walk down the trail and hear these people, or did you see them before you heard them? How did that go?
Heard him. I got a question. How'd you find my campsite?
Well, that's a good question, and I'll let you in on the answer. Okay. I think you'll think it's kind of cool, to be honest with you. They're the Florida Wildlife Commission. You know, the police officers that handle forestry services and animals and stuff like that. They got a special dog, and this dog is trained to, kind of sniff out human scent and odd things that you and I couldn't smell with our nose, but nevertheless, he was kind of going up and down the area there on the edge of the highway, and the dog led him right to it. It was kind of neat. I mean, they train dogs and they rescue people sometimes, or they look for lost campers or lost children, and other stuff like that.
So how bad was the stuff burnt?
Some of it was kind of melted, but you could still see what some of it was. It wasn't a total loss. I mean, obviously, it's not stuff you try to use again. So, but I mean, that's kind of how we found it.
How'd they figure out it was my stuff, though? Just put two and two together?
Yeah, there was like a receipt left behind from Walmart. There was a receipt where he bought the bullets down before he got on the bus in Clearwater. So, I mean, we're probably close to as smart as you are, but we have to have little hints and clues once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's a pretty cool dog they
Did
got.
the BB guns melt?
Hmm?
Did the BB guns melt?
Pretty much.
Metal melted?
Yeah, well, some of that stuff ain't as sturdy as it may look in the store. What about the camera? Was it in the fire too?
I don't know. Did it go in the fire? It was in a plastic protection thing.
Okay, well, that was part of that stuff you just chunked on the fire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just collapsed the tent
Okay.
and poured the little lighter fluid, the campfire fluid.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, there was a bag of corn there, so I figured it'd get pretty hot.
Yeah. You're right, it did get hot.
I cleared the area around it, so it wouldn't be a big forest fire.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we appreciate that. That's all we need is a forest fire.
Yeah, it was a hot day, so.
Yeah. Yep, it got cold later in the week.
The next day.
Okay, so let me ask you how this goes. You talked to the nice lady at the Juniper Springs place. Did she tell you about the trail, or did you know about it?
Well, I knew a little bit about it, but she told me some more about it.
Okay, so you tried,
Like the orange markers to keep you on the trail.
okay, so you just took off, headed north hiking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And these people you heard before you saw them? I mean, I know sound travels pretty good in the woods when it's real quiet. What did you hear? Laughter or
Just talking.
talking? Okay. What happened next?
I missed my trail, and we walked up to them, and they're like, "Hey, hi," and whatnot.
Okay.
But I had missed my trail because there's a part near there where it's blown down again. Like, Juniper Springs is where it's blown down.
Mm-hmm.
It was blowing down again
Okay.
back there.
You're talking about when trees fall down over the trail?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And no, not when trees fall down on the trail. It's just the trail was like kind of disappeared for a little bit.
Okay, I got you.
Because you know how when you first start off on the trail in Juniper Springs, there's that big area where all the trees were sold because of the hurricane damage.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that happens again pretty soon.
Okay, I got you.
And
So you're kind of close to them and you're communicating some way? You say hey or they say hey?
Mhm.
How did they go? You say hey or did they say hey?
They said hey.
Okay.
Just wondering, exactly what do you have though? I'm just wondering what you have.
Well, the rifle you brought from
Mhm.
Clearwater and I guess there's some kind of sleeve that you carried it in. It's
Mhm.
blue?
Mhm.
Okay. We took that rifle,
Ballistics.
yeah, and we compared it to empty shell casings that we found. And we found at the spot you're talking about now, where you first communicated with these people. I guess they said hey to you, and then something happened next, obviously. I mean, we got to talk about that. But nevertheless, those shell casings from the scene where you're talking to these people was compared to the gun that you brought from Clearwater. What kind of gun was it, by the way? You helped me out.
AK-47.
Okay, all right. So that's like a Russian style
It's
rifle?
it was a Romanian one.
Romanian? Okay.
Made. It's the best one, but it was Russian. It's Russian invented. It's
But it's a Romanian version.
well.
I know the Czechs make them, the Chinese make them.
Right, but the Romanians are the best ones.
Okay.
Those are the ones that are.
Are they even better than the original Russians?
Oh yeah, Russians don't. You got to think about it. In Russia, they have alloys and metals and whatnot, and they delete their factories. I mean, they just deplete them. They keep using, so their metals aren't the best, and their metals are weaker.
Okay.
And the Romanians, they make them. If you've seen certain different styles, and they make it all out of top grade material, so they're the best.
Okay, I
And
see.
so they're coveted among AK-47s. And so let's see. Yeah, it was a Romanian one, and
Do you remember buying the bullets at the place I talked about? The bullet store or the gun store is right next to the bus station.
right.
Is that where you bought them from?
Right.
We
Deer
found the
Hunter
receipt.
guns.
Huh?
Deer Hunter guns.
Okay. Okay, now that you say that, I remember seeing the sign. And across the street, I guess, is Hooters Restaurant. I guess you worked there for a while? Okay, we're talking about the same little spot right there. Okay. So, after they said hey to you, I mean, I know this may,
Did you get any fingerprints of mine?
that's being analyzed up in the crime lab right now, and I expect that we'll have some,
Yeah, like
consistent
on the
results.
Shell casings.
we gotta analyze that, analyze the receipts. We can get fingerprints off of paper, you know all about that. So, yeah, it's all being analyzed.
Yeah,
and-
but how do you tie the campsite in with?
Hmm?
How do you tie my campsite in with that?
Well, I'll tell you how, and I think you might be surprised. When you were sitting at the campsite, you fired off a couple rounds.
Oh yeah.
We found one casing. We found out actually where 2 of your bullets traveled because they hit trees.
So I had to take a long time.
They hit trees. So then we found a shell casing that matches the shell casings we found down there where you met these two people. So it's all tied together. The fact that you were camping there for a little while, some of the evidence similar to your campsite is also similar to where you met these people, and that's how we do it.
And then you got the camera phone.
Yeah,
Was that damaged?
Where is it at?
What do you mean?
Your camera phone.
Right, there should be film in it.
Okay. I'll have to ask the guys. I don't know about that. Okay. Did you take pictures?
One, I think. I was going to take pictures out there hiking, but I never did.
Did you take any pictures of these people once they were dead?
No.
Okay. You bought a camera at Walmart, but you think it was
I bought the camera at the little gift shop. The
Juniper
little
Springs
lot.
gift shop? Okay. All right. Gotcha. So, but you think it burned up in the fire?
Well, it was plastic and...
It's like a disposable camera. You get new film for it every time?
Actually, surprisingly, it wasn't disposable.
Okay.
And surprisingly, it was pretty cheap. It looked like one, but it was in this plastic, it's waterproof one. It said it was like good until like 100 meters down in water. So I figured if you're out there, you know.
Yeah, if you're 300 feet down, I'm telling you, you really need a tough camera. But I don't think,
I know
300 feet.
I know, but it was
It's pretty cool though.
waterproof
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think I know the answer to this question, but I want you to help me to make sure that we're analyzing the scenario correctly, okay? From where you first started shooting at these two people was about 30 yards away. Is that correct?
I guess so.
Okay. You know how 30 yards is?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. And here's, and I'm just checking to see if we're on the same page here. From what we saw at the scene of the place you met these people, you started shooting, and I believe we found 6 spent casings about 30 yards away from them. But then later, we found 4 shell casings right next to where they were. So that tells me that 10 shots were fired, and the first 6 were fired from a distance, and the last 4 were fired right up close. Is that consistent?
I don't know about 4 up close.
Okay.
No shots were fired up close, but I don't know about 4.
Okay. Did you fire the first 6 from a distance? Am I right? I mean, am I making sense?
I mean, I don't know exactly how many, but I know.
Well, let me just put it this way, Leo. We found 6. I mean, I'm not going to.
I mean, I just don't know how many.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into a debate. It could have been 5. It could have been 7.
I know all along the trail, like the little orange markers.
Mhm.
You know, a name on them, and there's 30 rounds in the magazine.
Okay, so you
When I
can
got
carry
back-
30.
And when I got back, well, actually, there's 31 because once you get one up there,
Okay, I got you.
and there's 30 in the clip, and I know that when I got back, there was only 1 left, and then I reloaded it.
Okay. All right.
Did Luke give you the bag of ammunition?
Yeah, they brought that back, and then I guess they talked to the guy at the deer gun store, and so that got worked out. Yeah. Let me ask you this. This is kind of important to hear from you because you're the only person that can answer this question. And it may be tough to answer. I don't know. You seem like a pretty tough guy. I mean, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I'm not trying to belittle anybody. But just man to man, I want to ask a couple of sort of crucial questions, okay? I mean, I just want to be fair and let you know that if I ask a tough question, it's all part of our job, okay? That's all there is to it. What did you remember, or what was going on in your mind when you shot these people? I mean, you started shooting from 30 yards away, and then you came up closer and shot some more. Would you help me understand that, Leo?
What exactly do you mean?
Okay. From 30 yards away, that means that you were at a safe distance to where they couldn't hurt you. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's okay to tell me, but I need to know. And I don't think you've been lying to me today. I'll give you that, okay? As far as I know, you haven't lied about anything we've talked about in this room. But from 30 yards away, what was on your mind? Did you just want to test your toughness and shoot these people?
Can I ask what constitutes first degree murder? That's premeditated.
Yeah, there's that premeditated thing.
What exactly, can you define that?
Premeditated means, and I'm not a legal scholar, I'm a police officer, but I'll help you understand the best I can. Premeditated means something you kind of plan in advance. So, but you got to help me understand whether this.
Yeah, because that's what I didn't understand when I was trying to first degree murder. I didn't understand what they were saying it was premeditated.
Well, tell me what was going on.
Because it wasn't, it was spur of the moment, and that's the only thing. That's the only thing that bothered me about the whole thing.
Okay.
I mean, the courts are gonna do whatever they're gonna do. I just figured I don't really care anymore.
You don't care?
What the courts are gonna do,
Well, I think you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't come over and talk to me. I mean, I care enough to sit here and talk to you.
I'm talking to you. I mean, if that's just doesn't that just help them out, really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're honest.
So they're gonna do what they're gonna do. I mean.
Okay. Well, let me back up and help you answer this, or you're going to help yourself, I guess. Premeditated. You just told me you did it at the spur of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What went through your mind to make you shoot these people?
Well, that would all go back to probably my level 10 program.
Your level 10 program? Okay, I know about some of that.
Well, I know when I was in my level 10, when you're in a room all day, and the only world you have to create to get outside is like daydreaming and whatnot.
Okay.
So I kind of had my own little fantasy world and whatnot. And I started reading books a lot. I mean, I've read lots of books, and then I probably got onto like the murder mysteries and whatnot. And it kind of got me into that state of mind. I mean,
okay.
and I'm not saying this was all planned out from my level 10. Don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying that it just got me in the state of mind. If I was gonna say, because before I went into my level 10, I know I used to think stuff like that was appalling. Used to.
Do you still think it's appalling?
I can't really say I think, I mean, I'm not saying like I don't care emotional wise and I don't have emotions or whatnot. I'm just saying I don't film like I should. I know I should film differently.
Okay.
I just know I don't film like I should.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but let me make this statement. Are you more concerned about what's going to happen to you in this case right now? I mean, is that worrying you?
Not really. No, it should be.
Okay. All right, let me ask.
I can't because I know I've been in the system all my life. I know I have no say no matter what. So I'm not even gonna fight it. I mean, whatever they do, they're gonna do. I mean, it's been that way ever since I was in foster care. I have no say. So I used to worry and I used to stress things, but now I don't even stress what they're gonna do because I know no matter what I do, no matter what I say, they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. After you shot him, well, first of all, who did you shoot first, the boy or the girl?
I don't know. They were coming through the bushes. Right? 'Cause first we had met, and then one guy had shown me where the trail was. He was pretty familiar with,
You mean the guy that you shot told you where the trail was?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I walked up the trail, and then I kind of got bored. I wanted to talk to people again.
Yeah.
Then I got back, and I don't know what went through my mind.
It's okay. Just tell me how
But-
it went.
When they were coming through the bushes and whatnot, they were just, you can't really see, you just see the figures coming through, because there's a lot of bushes and
I
whatnot.
was out there, huh?
Right, so
Okay.
you know exactly where I was.
Yeah.
I was crouched down. Did you?
Well, I wouldn't have known that unless you told me. I mean, I didn't know if you were standing up or leaning over or crouched down.
Crouched down.
Okay, so you crouched down in the bushes?
Mhm.
All right, then what happened?
Well, I shot, obviously.
Okay.
And the last thing I remember was just trying to make the screaming stop.
Which one of them was screaming?
The girl.
The girl?
Mhm.
Okay. Was she injured?
I don't know. I don't think so. She kept standing.
She was screaming because her boyfriend was hurt?
No, because he turned around to run, and then I was afraid that he was going to get away and tell somebody.
Okay. So, do you think he got shot first or her? Based on what you just said. Trying to help me with that.
Her.
Do you think she got shot first? Okay. And you kept shooting to stop her screaming?
In the end.
Okay.
I mean, what it was is I was standing on the trail, you know, and I was just like, I was just like lining them up and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't gonna pull the trigger. I was just lining. You know, have you ever, like, when you were a kid with the BB gun, be up in the bushes or on a roof or something, and you just line stuff up?
You're
But
just
you don't.
aiming at
Yeah,
things.
but you don't shoot. you
Right.
know? But I'm standing here in the bushes on the trail. But they were supposed to be. You know, they had, when I had saw them like 10 minutes ago, they had their tent up still, and they were sitting along. They didn't look like they were going anywhere.
Okay.
And like in 10 minutes, they had their packs on and everything. And they
Packed it all up, okay.
and they were walking through the bushes. And here I am, and here they are coming right towards me.
Okay.
And what was I gonna do? I mean, there I was.
Okay. Now, let me ask you something. How long did you spend with them? Did you go up to their tent and talk with them for a few minutes?
Yeah, but not for long. I just like probably 5 minutes.
Okay. Did they seem like nice people or mean people or?
The girl didn't say anything. The guy was just like, "You're going the wrong way."
So he was trying to direct you back to the big trail?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. When she was screaming, did she ever stop screaming? And when she did, I guess she did, but when did she stop screaming? When you went over and walked up to her? Okay, tell me what happened there.
Well, figured they were probably not living, but like, well, I didn't know, and so, I don't know, I kind of like, from there and there, that stuff happens quickly. You don't,
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
even when you go back and you dead serious to try to dwell on it, you can't recall it word for word.
Okay.
It just all happened like in 5 seconds.
Here's what I think happened, and this is based on what I saw at that scene and whatnot. If you shot the first few shots from 30 yards away, that would have put them down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that fair?
Right, but I know if you look, probably it looked like I started to run towards them, because I know they started running away.
Okay, but they
So
fell down.
I believe I chased them,
Okay.
because they were, running, or the guy was.
Okay. Well, he couldn't have got too far away,
No, he
obviously.
ain't far.
Right. And he was already shot when he was running.
He was?
I'm asking you.
I
Do
would
you
guess
think he
so.
was?
I guess so, unless
Okay.
the gun was messed up. 30 yards is not very far.
Okay, let me ask you this. The guy had a knife on his belt.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever try to stab you with it or try to cut you up, or did he ever get that close? I don't think he ever pulled it out, but I don't know if you even remember a knife.
Yeah, I do. I know
Was
exactly
she
what
wearing
the
it
knife-
or was he wearing it?
He was wearing it.
Okay. Did he ever offer to show it to you?
No.
Okay. Did he offer to, or threaten to hurt you with it or anything like that?
No.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this. Were they wearing their backpacks when you started shooting them?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's just a couple more tough questions. I'm sorry, Leo, but you seem to be doing okay with it. After they fell down, here's what I see from trying to interpret the scene, is that you walked up on them where they were laying down and shot them some more. Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay. Were they looking at you? Were they crying? Were they moaning? Were they breathing? None of those? Okay. Answer this, and I'm not sure you know the complete answer, but why did you shoot them again when they're helpless lying on the ground? Didn't you think you might be able to save them if you dialed 911 or something? Or did you just want them to die?
No, I was kind of scared they might get up and like attack me or something.
So
Because they didn't look injured.
But they were dead. They weren't breathing, they weren't
They
crying.
weren't bleeding.
Did they have bullet holes in them?
Not from where I saw.
Well, I counted about 8 bullet holes between the two bodies. I mean, well, let's put it this way.
I mean, their packs and stuff looked shot and whatnot.
Mhm.
And
Well, the bullets went through the backpacks and into their bodies and everything like that. I mean, she had a gunshot in her head. Did that come when
that
you were
was the
close?
last one.
That was the last one. Okay. Why did you choose her head?
Because I noticed she wouldn't like suffer anymore. I mean, she wouldn't. She did. I didn't really want to kill a girl. I mean, but I knew she wouldn't like. You gotta think. You know, you're sitting there shot and you're gonna
Okay.
die.
He's got a bullet behind his ear. Is that the last one for him?
I didn't know if it was behind the ear. I know it was in the neck.
Okay, so that was his last shot. So that's sort of execution style, would you agree? When people execute people, they shoot them in the head. Is that what was going on in your mind?
No, I don't know about execution style.
But you're just making sure they died? Okay, all right. Did you ever think to call for help?
Well,
Like dial for an
1,000
ambulance?
Well, I didn't have a phone, but a thousand thoughts went from. One was to just go down the trail. Well, you gotta understand, I was pretty far out. So, you know, I had 3 hours, but the first thought was to just go turn myself in. Because it wasn't like, you know, wasn't anything, I didn't like it afterwards. No.
Okay.
It wasn't like the books or anything like that. I just,
So you don't feel too good about what you did?
no. So,
You feel proud about being somewhat of a, you call yourself a celebrity. I mean, you're talking about the media and
do
the
I
TV
talk to the
people.
media?
Do you think about yourself as a celebrity?
No. Do I talk to the media?
I don't know if you did or not.
No. I should speak to them. I actually don't like the media. They're the reason why I'm like this.
Okay.
Because I'm a high profile case because they can't let anything
Yeah,
happen.
anytime anybody's arrested on a homicide, they put them in a red
Oh,
suit.
I understand that, but the whole reason why it's a lot different. I'm a lot different than just your ordinary wrist suit. You know?
Okay. All right. You okay? You want some water or anything? I've probably got a few more questions before we're done, but,
Probably some more.
water? Okay, I'll grab you some water. One other question I have to ask my partner out here, but, all right, hang tight, let me get some water, I'll be right back. Sent stuff on your yard. I'm gonna take this thing off this side so you can drink water. You don't look like you won't hurt nobody in here, do you?
Yeah.
You know I'll fight back if you acted like that, don't you? Huh? Yeah. All right. Can you reach it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll be right back. Okay. Reaching it all right? Let me cover one thing with you. Make sure I got my days in a row correctly here. You got there, you were shooting them on Wednesday, which would have been the 4th of January, correct?
Wednesday.
What day did you shoot them? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Thursday.
Thursday? Okay. You sure?
Thursday
I think
night.
you got to the
Riverside.
Silver Springs Motel on Thursday night, right?
Right, and that happened all on the same night.
All on the same day?
Yeah, because I panicked. I wanted to get the hell out. I was planning on staying out there for some time.
Okay. All
I
right.
wanted to hike the whole trail up too.
So they were trying to leave their camp on Thursday, not Wednesday.
Right.
So when they were leaving their camp, you shot them on Thursday, and you made your way all the way to the motel the same day.
Right.
All right.
Well, I hiked off the trail, back up to my camp,
Okay.
set fire. Hid in the woods a little bit because of smoke and whatnot. You know, you
Okay.
see smoke in the forest
Yeah.
with people.
Sure, that gives
So-
some alarm.
And
Were
then
you
when the
afraid,
smoke cleared,
Why didn't you take all your gear with you?
kind of hard to carry all that
That's a
stuff.
bunch of shit to carry. Okay.
And it didn't need it.
So all you basically left with was your money and the gun?
Mhm.
Okay, so that all happened on Thursday, the 5th. Okay, all right. And you got back, see, I'm confused here, Leo.
Thursday night.
Let's make sure we get our timeline right.
And Thursday night,
I
stayed
thought you
up
took the bus to Clearwater on Thursday.
Friday.
Right, okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure I got back Friday. No, I'm sorry. It was Thursday because I thought when I got back, I thought it was Friday because I thought it was payday.
Okay.
All right.
So you didn't pick up your paycheck
Right.
until Friday?
That was the next day, so
Okay.
it was. Yeah, you're right. It was Wednesday.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you and I weren't
Because
confused.
Thursday morning I took the Greyhound back.
Okay, so you killed these two people on Wednesday? Okay. Let me ask you a couple of questions about the timeline. I wrote myself some notes. There were kind of some drag marks in the sand, like somebody had dragged over some footprints. Did you do that to cover your tracks? Did you make any attempt to cover up shoe prints while you were out there? Okay. The bodies were in the water. Why were the bodies in the water?
I was gonna try to hide them, but I didn't like touching them. So.
But when you say hiding, you thought the bodies would sink in the water?
Well, I didn't put them all the way in the water. I just dragged them down to the bank.
Okay.
Shouldn't have been there. Were they in the water completely? They shouldn't have.
Not the whole bodies, but part of the bodies.
Right, I was going to, and then I don't like touching them.
And freaking out when you touch dead people?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the stuff that they owned was in the water. How did their stuff?
Well, I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna throw that out there first and sink it, and then that was the first thing I was gonna do, and then.
Okay. You remember holding his driver's license or his wallet?
Yeah, I wanted to know who it was.
Okay. What did you do with the wallet?
Threw it into the water.
What did you do with the driver's license?
Should be out there.
In the water? Okay. When I looked at their backpacks, all the little zipper compartments are open. What?
What I was gonna do first, like I said, I was gonna a lot of thoughts. You know how they had the packs and stuff, they had better gear than me. I was just gonna take off as far as I could into those and like kinda hide out in a match force. You know,
Like Eric Rudolph?
Whoever Eric Rudolph, the bomber guy?
Yeah, you're gonna hide in the woods?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What did you take out of their packs? I think I know, but I need to know what you took out of their backpacks.
The little water thing, I think it saves the water and whatnot.
A little canteen thing? So you stole that?
Well, I didn't really like holding dead people's stuff, so
Okay.
put it back
You put it back where?
with them.
You threw it in the water?
Yeah, everything that I had taken out, I put back and threw back.
So the stuff you were gonna take, you decided not to and threw it back in the water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was gonna take both of their gears,
Okay.
get the best gear that would help me out there, put it into one pack, and then, cause I was just hiking the trail, I wasn't bringing all my stuff, I left my tent and everything back there.
Yeah, you were pretty bare bones, just a gun. Okay.
Well, I had my little water jugs and whatnot.
Canteen jug? Okay. All right. Did you take anything from them that I can tell their families that you got it and we'll try to get it back?
No, it's all out there.
Okay. You took any money from them?
He had no money on it.
Okay. How do you know?
I mean, cause like I said, I was thinking about getting out there as far as I could, and money would help me. He had no
Okay,
money.
so did you go through his pockets to figure out he had no money?
I just knew he had a bulge in his back pocket, which was his wallet, and that was it.
Oh, so that's why you were looking through the wallet to see if he had money?
At first, and then I wanted to know, like, also,
Who he was?
Yeah.
So if he had had money, Leo, would you have taken it?
Well,
It's
I
okay to
probably
be
would have
honest
thrown
about
it back. I mean, I didn't really. I had money. Don't forget, I had just got my check from independent living, so I had $875.
Okay.
And don't need a lot of money out in the woods.
Right.
So I probably would have thrown it back because I wouldn't want them to think I robbed them. And, you know.
So, but you were looking for money, and he didn't have it.
See, but that's not the only thing I was looking at. I was looking at his ID too.
So you were just looking to see who you just killed? Okay. What did you notice about his picture on the driver's license?
Didn't look like him.
He had short hair on the driver's license picture, and his hair was grown out a little bit when you killed him, so yeah, there would be a difference. Did you notice how old he was? Did you read his date of birth on the license? Okay. Did you know his name or her name? Okay. So you just spent basically 5 minutes with them before you killed them, but they never told you their name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you killed strangers. You didn't kill people that had... Did you tell them your name? Okay. There's a tree out there, and I don't know if this is anything you had to do with, but when I was out there, Leo, I noticed a tree where somebody carved a face in a tree. Did you hack with a hatchet on a tree to make a face on a tree? Okay, I didn't know if you had or not. I figured I'd give you a chance to answer that. After you shot them, did you run or just walk or a combination of both?
I was surprised how fast I got off the trail. I mean, it took me probably a good 3 hours to get there. Or I was hiking from like 9 o'clock to like about 1:30, 2:30. When I got back, it was like 4 o'clock. It took me like an hour to get off the trail.
Okay. After you burned the stuff at your campsite, how did you get to Silver Springs?
You still haven't found the person that gave me a ride.
Well, I was going to ask you about the person that gave you a ride, but did somebody give you a ride, and how did that happen?
I walked down the trail out on 40, and I was walking down 40, and I was acting like I had a limp.
A limp, okay.
So it looked like I was stranded in the middle of the natural forest, and I had my little.
So you're trying to get sympathy from somebody that's driving by?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna. Hitchhiking really doesn't work these days.
Okay, gotcha.
So
So somebody felt sorry for you?
Yeah, and I said I had sprained I fell on a ditch on the trail. I was hiking the trail and sprained, and I just needed to go in and go to a hotel for the night until my ankle got better, and then
Okay.
go back on the trail. And some kid really, but
Do you remember what he looked like?
he was young. He had a hat on and whatnot.
Anything stand out about his face?
No, I know stand out about his car. I know he's from Daytona.
What kind of teeth did he have?
Didn't notice.
Didn't notice?
Okay. It was in a dark car, and I wasn't really trying to be.
Was it dark when he picked you up?
Yeah, it was dark.
So did he take you towards Silver Springs? Okay.
He dropped me off at the Holiday Inn.
Did y'all make a stop on the way to Holiday Inn?
Yeah, we stopped at a thing at a.
Convenience store?
Yeah, I got a drink and whatnot.
Got a drink? Did you buy him a drink?
No.
Did he
didn't
want
didn't
one?
want He had stuff to drink because he was going to Gainesville.
So he got gas and then y'all continued? And he took you to Holiday Inn, you said?
Right, and Rivers Inn's right next to it.
Why didn't you stay at Holiday Inn?
Too expensive.
Expensive? It's cheaper to stay at the other place? How much rent did you pay for that one night?
I believe it was like $41.
41? How much did Holiday Inn want?
Like 70.
So it's quite a bit more. Okay. How much money did you have left by then?
About $130.
Now, did you have enough money to get the bus ticket free and clear the next day?
Yeah, it was only $32, I believe.
How to get from the Silver River Inn to the bus station?
Dan's taxi service again.
Oh, Dan, the taxi man? Okay. Now, is that the same company that originally took you out to Juniper?
Right.
Okay.
Well, first I got just a regular taxi that was there that took me over to Walmart, and then I called them from Walmart.
Okay. Is Walmart where you bought your camping equipment, your tent and whatnot and all that, and sleeping bag or whatever you bought? How come you bought two compasses?
Case of Leo Boatman.
Okay. All right. That
There
makes
should have been
sense.
3.
You had 3? Well, I knew of 2. I wasn't sure if there were 3.
Why is that a big thing? Oh, you thought I might have took one.
Well, I didn't know that, or whether somebody was traveling with you. Did anybody else have anything to do with this homicide case? Or did you act by yourself? You act completely on your own? Nobody was with you? Okay, all right. So it happened on Wednesday, January 4th, 2006. You made your way back to Clearwater area the following day on a Greyhound bus. Friday the 6th, you went to Hooters to pick up your paycheck. And Saturday, January 7th, we started working this case because that's when the dead people were found
How old was one?
by their families.
They were out there.
Yep. They knew they were supposed to be camping out there. The families went out to find what happened with them and discovered them dead in the water, or you thrown them in the pond. And very tragic. I can only imagine what a parent would think when they found their children dead in a campsite full of bullet holes. Let me ask you something. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you want to tell me about this case? Am I missing any evidence? Is there anything you're holding back on? Is there something I'm missing? Is there anything at all that you may have done out there? And I gotta ask you this. I know you killed 2 people because you confessed to that. Is there any more victims out in the National Forest that you killed?
Not in the National Forest.
Okay, where's the other victim at?
I got a question. In the National Forest, being national, is that federal?
No, we cover that area. We work together. It's not a big deal. That's just a title. Okay. I want to know, and I think you want to tell me about somebody else in your past that you've killed. Would you help me clean this whole slate for you?
Yeah, I want to get off SP.
Okay. I'm gonna tell them you're not suicidal. That's a given. That's taken care of.
Yeah, but they still.
Leo, did you hear what I said when we first started? People come in there every day and get on SP.
I know, no.
Not just you. I'm
Can
going
I
to
come
tell.
off now? I've been on there for
Yes,
2
sir.
weeks.
I'm gonna tell the boss over there that you have to come off of SP. Okay? I'm gonna explain to him that Leo tells me he's not suicidal. End of story.
So I'll probably come off today.
As far as I know.
Yeah, but
I'll talk to the boss when you go back over. Okay?
where's the
Major Paul Laxton is in charge of the jail. He's got dozens of supervisors that work under him. So when I talk to, actually, I'll talk to my boss, who will talk to Major Laxton. I got a boss who's a major. Major Laxton's a major. So when they talk, they make things happen. Does that make sense?
So probably won't have to go back on suicide.
I would venture to guess that your suicide, your SP status is over with. Now, would you tell me about this other issue so I can get this cleaned up too? What's going on with somebody else that you've killed?
But it's not in these counties.
Okay, that's fine. I'll call them people. I said, let's get this thing worked out. Leo was talking to me today and he tells me about blah, blah, blah. But I need to hear whatever the blah, blah, blah is from you. Okay? Simple as that. What county are we talking about?
Pinellas.
Pinellas County? Okay. And when did it happen?
I'll just like tell them and let them do the work, but I'll just tell them like, just so they know.
All you gotta do is get me started and I'll take care of the rest of it.
Just tell them white car.
White car. What year?
I don't know, it's just a white car.
Last year? No, I mean 2006 or 2005.
I don't know. Oh, what year I was locked up, 2005. So.
Okay. Was it before then?
Well, no, it was like just
January.
just tell them no. I mean January just happened, so it's probably before January.
December?
No, it wasn't. Just tell them it was a white car and the driver was shot.
Okay. What did the driver look like? Is it somebody you knew?
That should be enough for them to figure out which car.
Leo, let's not go riddle, son.
I'm not going riddle. I helped you out. I mean,
Well, I'm helping you out here if you'll just give me a few more pieces of information, all right?
I mean helping me out. Really.
Come on, brother.
doesn't
You're
help.
not going to
Talking
trick
about-
me, and I'm not trying to trick you.
I'm not tricking you. I'm just saying,
White car. Okay, was it a man or a woman?
man.
Okay, we'll play Jeopardy or something here.
What?
It was a man. Was it a white man or a black man?
Right.
White man? Okay. Was he old or young?
Kind of in between, kind of young.
Middle-aged? Young to middle-aged? Okay. What town was it in? Largo? Clearwater?
Not that much information.
Come on, help me out of here.
Not that.
You got to help us. We don't have to work riddles every day
Well,
now.
I'm saying, yeah.
I know you. I know we got all that out of the way. Young to middle-aged. A white car. White man. He was the driver. Was anybody else in the car with him?
Not that I saw.
Okay. We think he was alone. And it happened more than 2 months ago? More than 6 months ago?
Within the last, just say from within the last 3 months period.
3 months? Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying it was 3 months ago, but with just in the last.
Okay. Last 1 to 3 months?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now,
But this, you keep saying you're trying to help me out. That's one thing that's kind of ironic, because this is not going to help me out. It's gonna hurt me even worse.
Well, I'm sorry, Leo, but I thought you were trying to clean your conscience.
Yeah,
That's what I thought you were saying.
That's what I am doing, but I'm just
Okay.
saying that this doesn't. But
Well,
this
you
time-
know, I'm not gonna investigate this Pinellas County thing.
Right.
I mean, we can stop talking right now. That don't bother me none.
No, I'm not saying.
I mean, you and I got our stuff worked out. If you want me to have the Pinellas guys to work this other one out with you, you're gonna have to give me a little more detail. Cause I don't know how good of detectives they got down there.
Pretty,
Okay.
pretty good. They got a lot of research to go.
Okay. Is there maybe a couple other hints you can give me to make it easier on them in case
Oh no, it looked like he wrecked.
it looked like he wrecked
Mhm.
after you shot him?
Mhm.
Okay. Just tell me the general street that he was on.
I don't know.
Okay. Was it close to your house?
No.
What town was it in? Largo?
I really don't know. I was really, really fucked up.
Drunk or high on drugs or what?
A little bit of both.
Huh?
A little bit of both.
What were you doing as far as alcohol? Beer?
I don't know. I've talked a lot today.
Okay, so he wrecked after you shot him. Are you telling me the truth or are you just making something up to look bad?
I'm telling you the truth.
You're really telling me the truth?
Calm down.
Okay. So you wrecked after
So
you
now
shot
you
him.
think I'm lying to you.
No, I'm just asking you a fair question. I mean, if I don't ask you these things, I won't know, right? Okay. All right. Let me ask you about this session we've had today. Have I treated you fairly?
Mhm.
Have I made you any promises to get you to make this statement? Okay. Have you been coerced in any way? Have I forced you to make this statement? Have I threatened you in any way? Okay. All right. I gotta get with my partners here. Give me a couple minutes. I'll grab you some more water before you go. And, just make sure I got everything answered, then we'll get you back over there. My boss will talk to the jail boss about this SP thing, and, they'll take care of that for you. Okay? There's one more thing I was gonna ask you for, but it's up to you. If I get a swab, can I get a DNA swab from you where they stick the Q-tip in your mouth and rub your cheek? It doesn't hurt or anything, it ain't like drawing blood, but if you don't mind me doing that, I'll ask him to do that today before we leave, okay? All right. There you go. Be right back. my book out, didn't I? There's this stuff here. My book. This is another form. They kill us with forms around here. Basically, it says, this is to certify that I, Leo Boatman,
Allowed you to.
hereby give me consent to take an oral swab. And it's like a long Q-tip. I rub it on the inside of your cheek. I put it in a box. And that's what we use for DNA standards. So what basically happens is, if we have evidence on this case, or any other case for that matter, that needs comparison with your DNA, they can use this as a comparison. This will forever hereafter be known as the Leo Boatman standard. That's all it is, okay? So I'll take two of them. I'll do one on your right cheek. Just slide it in there.
Is there any way, like, cause I know my public pretender is doing a lot of stuff, so I was wondering if there's any way to stop what he's doing and just go to court. Plead guilty.
You have to get his attention and have you called him?
Okay.
I know his name is Bill Miller. You need to get word to Bill Miller that you need to talk to him about that. I can't help you make that choice. You know what I mean? But I'm sure once you call, he'll come over and see you. All right, this left cheek. This is right cheek. Did you use the same gun in Alice's case that you did in our case? Did you use a handgun or another rifle? You don't even have to tell me the caliber. It's just signing that you gave us those saliva standards. Sign it there. It's with your consent. Is it a long gun or a pistol? Was it during a drug deal?
No.
Was he just an innocent person?
It's kind of complicated.
Somebody you knew?
No.
No?
We'll figure it out.
All right.
I think.
Well, what if they don't figure it out? Are you willing to talk to them a little more about it? Because, see, I'm at a disadvantage, Leo, because I don't know about the case.
I'll be willing to talk.
Okay. So if they come around here, I can tell them it's okay to come see you or bring you back over here and talk some more about that case too. Okay. All right. If they got here as soon as today, is that okay with you? I don't know how fast they would get here. It could be next week, it could be today, I don't know, could be tomorrow. It's up to you. I'll tell you what we'll do. When they get here, I'll let them know that you want to talk to them. Then I'll put them in contact somehow with you over at the jail. Then you make your choice. Okay? Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we got to notify them and let them know that you're willing to help out and try to get that thing resolved. Okay? Okay. But you don't know what kind of gun it was or anything like that.
I know, I mean,
You just rather wait and tell them about that? Okay, that's fair, I appreciate that. Okay. Let me talk to my buddies out here, and if we got everything figured out from our standpoint, then we'll go ahead and get you back over there so you can get your lunch and all that.
Anything from Major, I'll talk to that one day.
They're taking care of all that right now. Well, we're getting a lot done this morning. I wanted to ask you one more thing, Leo. Brianna, when you got back down to your home turf, and of course we talked to her, but is it true that you told her about what happened up here?
Kinda in a way.
Okay, all right. I guess that kind of shocked her or upset her somehow, I don't know, but, she had a question for you, I guess, once you started telling her was, did you kill a bum?
Oh no, that was totally different. Yeah, I heard that.
Who asked you that question?
No, she asked me that question, but it was totally different and a totally different thing.
Okay.
We were just like about kind of like backyard, and it was like, "What'd you do? Kill a bum?" And I was like, "I want to kill a bum. Why would I kill a bum? They're down on their luck, Why would you kill a bum? They got it bad enough as you did."
Okay.
And then she was like, "Well, what'd you do? Go kill some prep?" And I said, "Yeah, that's right."
Preppy kid, is that the word she used?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess her point was, you said the bum ain't got nothing to lose. You decided to kill somebody that had something to lose. I don't know. Is that right?
I didn't say that. Not
That's
not
what
really
she
that.
said.
No, I said, why would I kill a bum?
Okay.
You
Because they're down on their luck.
know, right.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go grab you something to eat from McDonald's. I don't know what you like from McDonald's. What do you want?
Number two.
Number two?
That's what I was
With a Coke? Diet Coke or regular Coke?
saying.
Okay, all right, and they called Pinellas County, and their detectives just coming up here to see you now, so it don't stretch out into days and days. So they said they'd be here in next hour or so. Talk to you about the white car case, okay? All right, let me get with one of these guys and get them to go grab you something to eat. Number two with a Coke. They don't start serving lunch till 10:30, so we might have to wait about 20 minutes. Is that okay?
Are they gonna they already settled the SP though?
Yeah, well, see, here's the deal with SP. They watch and monitor everybody that's on SP
Right,
anyway, and
right.
eventually they take you off.
I've been on 2 weeks.
I know, they're taking care of it. No worries. Okay. All right. Number two with a Coke. What is number two, by the way?
I don't know.
Kind of Big Mac?
It's kind of like that. It's different.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, he may, but he's not here.
I'm sorry. I'm just staring.
Have a seat.
Yes, he does have a double. I see it.
All right, just sit there. All right.
Sit down. So where's the camera?